What's going on, guys? Welcome to This Will Never Work. I'm Lincoln. Now, today's guest is someone I'm actually just meeting for the first time today. I'm really glad that I'm meeting her. She's one of my favorite artists in the city of Calgary. She's, first and foremost, she's a badass. She's a mom. She's a business owner. She's a tattoo artist. She's many things. But I'd like to welcome to the show today, Karrie Arthurs. Hello.
Welcome. Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for coming to do this today.
Well, thank you.
It's actually a genuine pleasure that I finally get to meet you because I've adored your work for so long.
Thank you.
I would put you up there as like, and I'm not trying to like pump your tires too much, but honestly, I would put you up there as like one of the best tattoo artists in this city, if not Canada.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Your work is ridiculous. And it's one of those things where you like, I don't know for you, but like, do you have, or at a certain point, like, cause I mean, you're the Sistine Chapel now. Mm-hmm. Did you have like dream tattoo artists where you're like, I need to get tattooed by that person?
Yeah, of course. Definitely.
Like who?
Thomas Hooper was a big one.
Okay.
Yeah, when he was still at Saved, I went down to New York and got a sleeve in like 3 days, basically.
Wow.
It was fast, yeah. Yeah, he was on my list for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for you, you're like at the top of my list.
Oh, thank you.
And the only reason I haven't gotten tattooed by you or it's because I know roughly what I want. I want you to do my entire back. Oh, that's what I want you to do.
Fun.
And so that's kind of a big undertaking. And I know for me, I roughly know what I want it to be, but it's also kind of like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm torn on a lot of things. Cause sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want, like, I love, There Will Be Blood. Mm-hmm. And I know you've done some, PTA stuff, like Paul Thomas Anderson stuff. And so I was thinking about this last night. I was just like, what Paul Thomas Anderson reference could I get where it like makes sense as like a entire back piece? And like, I don't know if like the oil derrick from the, you know what I don't know. I'm probably rambling too much, but
I've done the oil derrick.
Yeah. And I think it was that tattoo where I was like, oh shit. I think it was that tattoo where I started following you. And then from there just fell in love with your work. The stuff where it's like portraits and it's a body, but then like the head's like a phone and stuff like that. Like that stuff is so cool.
Yeah.
So, kind of take me through like, where does the inspiration for that stuff kind of come from? Like where does that imagery kind of come from for you?
The imagery specifically, I think I like doing a lot of texture work and fine line stuff, and the imagery, I mean, that stuff was obviously commission based because it's tattoos, right? So somebody specifically asked for it. But if I'm doing my own stuff, then I love furniture and architecture, and anything with small fine details is my stuff. And I like religious iconography. I'm not a religious person, but I love the art and some florals and stuff, but mostly human-made things are
right.
Yeah, small detail stuff is what I'm into.
Okay, so when you say religious
iconography,
thank you. You're talking like cathedrals and stuff.
Sure,
and
cathedrals, crosses, Marys, Jesuses, saints, all that stuff.
And yeah, because I'm not a religious person anymore, but that what draws you to that? Like what?
Just the art is beautiful. I like and all the structure of it. I mean, the Mary with her big halo and the textures in her drapery and all the patterns and stuff. I think it's just really beautiful.
Have you been to Europe? Like, have you gone?
I've not been to Europe.
Ever?
Ever.
Wild.
I know.
Because I feel like I mean I said that you look like the Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
But I feel like you'd be very at home
Yes.
And-
Well, I was just having a conversation with my friend who's like, come to the Rome convention. We'll do it next year. And I'm like, okay, let's do it next year.
Oh shit.
So hopefully that will be mind blowing for me. I'm sure it will.
Whoa.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm way overdue to be. I mean, I'm in my 40s, so I'm way overdue to be there.
No, you're not.
Yes.
You're not.
Mid 40s.
You are not in your mid 40s. Yes. Get the fuck out of here. What? I'm sorry. You do. Wow. You don't look.
Oh, thank you.
You like you're in your mid 40s at all.
Yeah.
I would have pegged you for like my age.
What's your age?
I'm 34.
Wow, that's a compliment. No, I've got 10 years on you.
Holy shit. No, I never in a million years would have put you in your 40s.
Yep.
And tattooing doesn't keep you young because I mean you're hunched over.
Oh, of course not. No, it doesn't. Yeah.
But I guess all that because you're also into bodybuilding and stuff.
Well,
you and Max both are.
Yes and no. I used to be into powerlifting and stuff, but now I'm just training.
Working. Yeah.
Just maintaining and stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean that helps, of course. What
yeah.
what keeps you young, right?
That's why I look like I'm in my mid 40s and you look like you're in your mid 30s. That makes a lot of sense. Well, that's fine. No, that's cool. Okay, so Rome convention. Wow.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one.
Well, yeah, because I mean, going to Europe to work would be awesome. Mm-hmm. Especially, and I mean, how long is the convention? Is it like a 3? Is it?
I'm assuming a 3-day.
Like a 3-day?
I don't know though, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, most conventions, I guess, are like.
Yeah, 2-3 days. Yeah.
You've never been so.
No.
You've been out of North America though.
No, I haven't been out of North America.
Oh, so just Canada and the States.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because you've done conventions down in the States, and I've
only done one down in the States. I did a Salt Lake convention. Conventions are not. I'm not a huge convention person, so for me to say yes to doing an international one is also
massive.
Like, yeah.
that's fair. Well, and I know. Well, okay, so you're more of a guest spot person.
I love guest spots, yeah, and I love guest spots with my friends because you're going to see people you know, and then you have a good time working. You know what I mean? I used to do guest spots with people I didn't know, and then it was just like, why? You know, I mean, I love to tattoo and see other things and get inspired, but it's like, yeah, maybe they're not so cool after all. You know what I mean?
That's always a bummer because
Yeah.
then you're like, cool, especially if you find that out on the first day, you're like, cool, I booked an entire week here.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh man. Because I know you've done guest spots in like New York. And,
Yep. Yeah. New York's great to guest spot in.
love
The
New
shop
York.
is great there. I always go to Three Kings. Yeah.
Three Kings. I haven't been to, now that I think about it, I don't think I went to, because I've been to New York 3 times. I don't think I went to any tattoo shops while I was there, but I love the city.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Oh my God. I'm a small town kid.
Yeah.
I spent most of the time growing up in Crossfield.
Okay.
Which is just north of Calgary. And so I love the small town vibe. You know, I don't mind this. I used to hate driving around downtown Calgary. So the first time I went to New York, I thought, like, I don't know what this is going to be like. Instantly in love with the city.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that city incredible.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, like any of the movies or songs or whatever you hear about New York, it's all just, it's such a vibe.
Totally such a vibe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to go back. It's been too long.
I know. Me too.
What about California? You love California?
Love California. Yeah.
Yep. LA is unreal.
Yeah, LA is very cool. My favorite part of California though is Palm Springs because it's like small and mellow and everybody's cool and chill. I love the mid-century vibe there too.
Never been to Palm Springs.
It's quieter. Yeah.
Yeah. When I think of Palm Springs, I think golf courses.
Yeah, it's golf courses. It's
when
like old Hollywood style too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Because when I worked at the airport, every time we were doing a Palm Springs flight, it was just golf bags.
Yeah.
Yep. When you saw it on the turn skate or whatever, and you were like, "Oh, great, I'm doing Palm Springs," there's going to be 100 golf bags.
There's going to be a lot of seniors.
Yep. Very, very. Yeah, because I guess it'd be like the kind of like the Florida retirement
Yeah.
area of California.
With like the population of Airdrie.
Really?
It's that small. Yeah, it's not very big.
Oh, I thought it was way bigger than that.
No, you'll have to go. It's chill.
That is super. Yeah, I definitely want to go check it out now. They have any cool water parks?
They do, but we didn't go. But yes, they do have a cool water park.
Do you like water parks?
I mean, I will take my kids wherever they want to go. It's not for me. I'm not a water park person. I like pools and stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Really, you don't like water slides and like?
I mean, I did, but not anymore.
Okay, fair enough. I'm still in the mindset that like you're in your 30s and you're like, yeah, I want to go rock some water slides. No, that is oh my God. I think the last time I went on a water slide, I hurt my back, and I was just like, that's when, well, yeah, and it's like, that's when you your age starts to show and it starts to catch up with you, and you're like,
Yep.
uh-oh, that's not good.
Yep.
And I hate that.
Of course.
Okay, this is this is like totally different tangent, but it's like, how do you feel about aging? We're gonna get real deep right now.
I don't hate it. It's like, it's just something that's gonna happen. I mean, I don't. I obviously resist it. You know what I mean? Like, I try and keep as fit as I can and eat healthy and obviously pay for cosmetic stuff. But it's like, as far as it goes, I'm not terrified of it.
No.
So, I mean, my parents are aging great, so I'm not super worried about what's going to happen to me. So
No.
I just have to go with the flow, I guess.
No, and I mean, that's great for you, because I mean, like I said, like you don't look like you're in your mid 40s.
Thanks.
For me, it's weird. Like lately, I've been kind of. I look in the mirror and I'm starting to see like a little bit of like my hair's going gray, and like, you know what I mean. Like it's starting to catch up, and I'm starting to feel it more. And you know, I don't feel like I'm 25 anymore. Of course. Because up until like and it's funny, like even like 32, 33, it's kind of like, okay, and then now it's like, oh shit, like I feel like there's this hump that you just kind of go over, and all of a sudden the deterioration starts a little bit quicker, and it's like, oh yeah, and it before you even realize it, it's happening, and it's I'm struggling with it, is what I'm saying, I guess. Right. This is like doing this show is like my therapy.
That's good.
And so I've been kind of joking around with the wife that like, I'm like, oh, I'm old and ugly now. And she's just like, no, you're not. And like, it's probably a mild form of like, please pump my tires and remind me that I'm not, you know, old and ugly already. But like, yeah, just like, I don't think getting old terrifies me, but it's just like the concept of like one day literally none of this will exist is it's a scary thought.
Of course. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just like the existentialist in me really has a tough time understanding that we're all finite. Right. And you know what I mean?
Of course.
So but then you think about, like, this is my Sistine Chapel. Yeah. So you think about something like that, where it's like, that has stood the test of time and has persisted. And all of that imagery and stuff, the religious iconography, thank you. I don't know why I keep fucking up that word. That has, you know, stood the test of time. Like, this is my small way of trying to matter, I guess. I don't know.
True, which is good.
Yeah, because it's like, when I think about, and I don't know if you're the same way, but like when I look at my life, it's just like, what can I do to leave my mark?
Yeah, your legacy in a way.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And not everybody has that same thought process. Some people don't care.
I think you can do both, though. I think that the comfort in the inevitability that it's all going to be gone one day also means that who gives a shit? And you can just do it and not give a fuck.
And that is the part where that is the part that I'm trying to teach myself. Yes. Is that just do it, because it doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
I think I don't know. I don't know if you had seen this, but there was a video that Billie Eilish. It was like an interview or something that she was in, and I mean, I think at the time it's a couple years old now. I think she was like 17 or 18 at the time.
Okay.
And she's essentially saying that, where she was just like, none of this is gonna fucking matter. Like
Exactly.
50, 100, 200 years from now, like none of this matters. So she's like, fucking do it.
Yeah.
And it's weird how like a 17, 18-year-old kid saying that resonated with me in such a big way, because I've spent most of my life with slightly nihilistic views where I'm just like, yeah, none of it matters, but it's like, also, it's like none of it matters, but so why should I bother kind of thing, where it's like,
True.
now I'm trying to look at it through the lens of like, none of it matters, so fucking do it. Just
Yes.
have fun and enjoy your life, because that's all you get.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Life is weird.
It is all weird.
Life is fucking weird. So yeah, you how long have you been a tattoo artist now then?
I would say 22 years officially. Yeah.
Okay. Wild.
Right? Yeah.
22. And
Like half my life. pretty
Yeah.
much. Yep.
that's awesome. And I mean, so where are you from Calgary? Like, are you originally, are you Alberta?
I am Alberta. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was born in Edmonton, and I lived most of my life in Calgary.
Okay.
But I've been transplanted to a small town kind of close to Edmonton when I was in high school and junior high-ish. My parents moved and owned a business up there, so we were...
Like Sherwood's Park, Spruce Grove kind of thing?
No, even smaller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we talking like Opal small?
Yeah, we're talking very small.
Oh shit. Okay. I have family from Opal, so I wow, that like farming community.
Yeah, farming community.
Okay.
Yeah, big difference when you're coming from
Oh, yeah.
Calgary to there, and then I moved back to
Like
go to...
Hamlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, village, actually.
Village. Okay, yes, the village of yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Tiny.
So you transplanted to Calgary.
Yeah, and then I went back. Yeah, moved back after. And then I moved back to Edmonton to start tattooing.
Oh,
So
you
I was just
started in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Okay, so
started
you
in
just
Edmonton.
well, that makes sense. I know you didn't start tattooing in fucking Italy.
No.
'Cause you haven't been to
I
Europe
haven't been there.
yet. Well, that's cool. So I guess the majority of your career has been here in Alberta.
Yeah.
So what drew you? I mean, I'm assuming, and please don't let me assume
Sure.
too far, but I'm assuming that you grew up with artistic sensibilities.
Yes.
And that's like, were you drawing as a kid? And,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, all the time. And my dad's mom was an artist, and she was very into painting and stuff. So I think there's some genealogy there too, right? And yeah, for me as a kid, my parents they weren't home a lot. They both worked. They had full-time careers. And my brother was a fucking teenage boy, so he was out of the house, right? So it was just me and myself. So that's what kept me sane, and then helped me work through a lot of my own childhood shit, you know what I mean? As art therapy and stuff. So yeah, drawing from a young age. Yep.
And like, what kind of, when you say like working through childhood
Yeah.
shit, like what kind of stuff were you drawing?
I think it's the same now, where art is a way for me to answer questions, to work through problems, to understand how my relationship with the rest of the world works, or relationships with the people work. So as a kid, I can't even remember. A lot of it I think was cartoony, and a lot of it had to do with people and family structures and stuff like that, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sure my mom still has a bunch of it.
Well, that's cool.
It's terrible.
Well, I mean, nobody's proud of their initial
Of
work.
course,
Like,
yeah.
oh my God. Well, that's cool. And then, so you said your career started in Edmonton.
Yes.
So did you just like seek out a shop, or like how did that all work? Like
So when I was younger, I knew a guy who worked at a shop, and I had been in there a few times and whatever, right? So that person made his own shop, and then we kind of kept a relationship, and I got tattooed by him, and then eventually he was the guy who I was like, I'm done art school. I did look for an apprenticeship in Calgary because obviously I was living here.
Right.
Nothing panned out. So I knew the guy. So it was like, it just was an easy transition for me to be like, hey, I'm done school. I want to learn how to tattoo. And he's like, okay, come and do it. So
Did you go to ACAD?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you feel that was like, what did you take at ACAD? I
majored in drawing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, people still do that today.
Yeah.
That was the first year when I was there that they had like the first time they ever issued a drawing degree. So I was like, oh, thank God, because I didn't want to do the painting department. I was like,
No.
I have no idea how to fucking paint.
Do you paint now?
Not really. No.
Still just drawing.
Drawing, yeah.
Well, that's cool. So then you moved back to Edmonton.
Yes.
Started the shop, and then
Yes.
Did you find that you were like, you really had to cut your teeth in terms of like being an apprentice and like coming up and stuff?
Oh, are you kidding me?
No, that's what I mean. Well, that's what I mean, because the
Absolutely.
industry's like a lot different now.
Yeah, yes and no. I think it's still somewhat like that, but it definitely was a lot harder when I was starting,
Yeah.
especially as a woman. Like,
Yeah.
and the guy I worked for was, I mean, great when you were his client, but as soon as you worked for him, it was like working for the fucking Gestapo.
Ugh.
It was terrible.
That
terrible.
sucks.
I mean, it taught me a lot of good and bad things.
Yeah.
So it was an experience for me. I did 4 years there, and it was fucking rough.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people around me crumble, and yeah, it was tough. Tough.
Yeah. And that's one thing I wanted to ask you about and kind of touch on was how your experience as a woman coming up in the tattoo industry. 'Cause I mean, unfortunately, that's just the way it's been.
Yeah.
Like, you have to overcome and you have to do, all these things, and it's not as much anymore, but at the time it was probably more so a male dominated
Definitely.
industry. And so, good on you for, pursuing that and pushing forward
Thanks.
with your career, because fuck, like,
Yeah.
like you say, like, you saw lots of other people crumble, and it probably
Definitely.
stifled and ruined their career, because, and people that probably could have had really successful, viable tattooing careers.
Yeah.
But because of, some of these fucking dickheads that,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like, think that people owe them something because
Yeah,
they're,
exactly.
I think that's and it's still a big problem in a lot of industries, but I am glad to see that it's kind of going away.
Yes.
In terms of, certain industries. And it's just like, 'cause at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're apprenticing under somebody, you owe that person nothing.
Of course.
The end of the day.
Of course.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So, well, that's good. So you did 4 years there,
I did 4 years there.
and then what happened? Like, how does that kind of like, how does that kind of lead you in a rough way to like today, like owning a shop and, and, kind of having the career that you do now?
Well, those 4 years definitely taught me what not to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
How not to treat people, and how not to pay them. Because I mean, I only made a certain percentage and was told specifically that I was only going to get this because I was a woman, and my male counterparts that were getting paid more than me. So yeah, it taught me not to get the best out of people with fear.
Right.
It taught me to let the people around me be successful. Like, their success is very important to me, and that will be reflective in my success. Yeah, it's very different. So in that way, yes, it taught me. I mean, it wasn't all bad. Like, I definitely was taught to be fast and efficient, and a compassionate tattooer, because I'm aware of my clients and stuff like that. And then how to manage money and stuff, because that was obviously instilled in us. But just, yeah, a bunch of things not to do also, which is good. I mean, Max appreciates it because I taught him to tattoo.
Yeah, Max Gerchkov, who is on a previous episode, works at Blackbird at Karrie's shop, and yeah, your guys' shop, like the vibe that you guys have built in that shop is wonderful.
Thank you.
And I know from experience, and I know for a lot of people, walking into a tattoo shop, especially if you're not, I mean, like for us, like I think at this point, like we can walk into any tattoo shop and like there's an immediate, like as soon as they look at you, there's an immediate like, oh, okay, yeah, like they've obviously been tattooed a lot, unless you're a fucking douchebag as soon as you walk in the door. But they're, and I'm sure, I know for me, I'm sure you've felt this too. Like there's certain shops you walk into and the air is like thick with like,
Of course.
these people are fucking way too full of themselves.
Yeah, you feel judged right away, right?
Yep. The
Yeah.
vibe in this shop is off. And like, and then there's other shops where you walk in and it's just like immediately chill.
Yep.
The first time I went into Blackbird, that's what I got, was just like, oh yeah, this is a chill environment. You know, TVs are playing movies, like everybody's just kind of like, you know, hanging out doing their work. There's there's nothing. Your shop almost has, it's funny, it's almost has like a private studio kind of vibe to it.
Definitely.
Because there's no front desk.
No.
Like you just walk in and it's like you're immediately kind of in the thick of things.
Yes.
And I like that.
Me too. Yeah. There's no hierarchy where you have to pass this level to get to these levels. Yeah, it's just everybody's open and chill, and you just come into our space
Yes.
right away. Yeah, and
Which
it's
is
your space, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. That's great. And I'm not that having a like, do you have a shop helper or like?
We now, but never did before.
Right.
And only because she's apprenticing now, and because I've taken on another apprentice.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Because having a desk person isn't bad.
Of course it isn't.
In certain instances, but because it's definitely like I don't know how much walk-in traffic you get. Like certain shops, they're nice and tucked away. They don't get really any foot traffic.
Yeah.
But there's tons of shops where you get people walking in going like, you do piercings? Do you guys do
Definitely.
piercings or no?
No, my gosh, no.
Yeah. I'm sure you get that all the time.
That would be a lot of foot traffic. Yeah.
Yeah. So just people walking by and they're like, oh, you got time for this, whatever. And so having someone to kind of
Yes.
buffer that is good sometimes. But yeah, for the most part, it's just kind of like if you're appointment based where people are coming in and out and they know where they're going.
Yep.
And yeah, it's your shop is great for that. And I love just it's got really high ceilings, and then you got the upper beautiful shop that you've built.
Thanks.
Where did the name come from?
When this is my second location. So when I first opened up, it was 2006, 7-ish. And
So you've owned it for a long time.
yeah, and then thank you. And then back then it was like based on Alberta birds, and I really liked birds, and I liked the red-winged blackbird. So that was just like something, what can I call it, right?
It's a cool name.
Oh, thank you.
Blackbird Electric. I like
Yeah.
that. Going back to the apprentice thing, I was gonna ask you about that because I know not every tattoo artist enjoys having an apprentice.
Yeah, it's hard work, yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
And for good reason, not everyone is a good teacher.
Definitely.
So it's not always apropos for someone to, and I'm sure you experienced that even with your first apprentice. You're like, maybe that's how you felt, where you're like, dude, like you shouldn't be teaching. I don't know, but yeah, not everybody enjoys being a teacher, but for you, like, do you enjoy?
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is only my second time doing it, and then it's different now because when I taught Max, I had so much more. I don't think I had
You
kids
apprenticed
then.
Max.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, and he's still with me, so that's obviously a testament that I'm not an
Yes.
asshole.
Oh, he
He
has
hasn't
had,
moved.
he has nothing bad to say about you, because
Well,
we
I would
talked
hope
about
not.
yeah. We when he was tattooing me, we talked about you a little bit, because I had said, oh, I want to get Karrie on the show, and he was like, yeah, do it. And I obviously gushing about your work and stuff like that. He had nothing. Nothing bad to say. Obviously, he's not gonna
Yeah.
in the shop. But no, of course he's got nothing bad to say about you.
yeah,
I mean,
of course.
I'm sure the relationship that you two have built over there, like you guys are, I'm sure you're best friends at this point.
Of course, yeah. He's like my family, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's it. Just it. Family. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's unreal. So because you apprenticed to, well, he's been tattooing for.
Oh man, I can't even remember. I think he's been tattooing for. It's got to be over 10 years now.
Yeah, that would make. I can't remember what year he said.
Yes.
You took him on. Okay, so it's.
But yeah, I maybe had my daughter back then because she was born in 06. But yeah, I had so much more time, obviously.
Wait, sorry, you were a new mom and you opened a tattoo shop at the same time.
That was the
Oh
point.
my God.
Yeah.
That's wild. So, would you like bring her to work and stuff? And
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yes. I had okay.
Smart.
I had a playpen, and I put her in one of the back rooms, and then eventually I put her. This is a terrible parenting thing, but I put her in the bathroom because it was dark, and I closed the door, and it was far enough away from my station where she couldn't hear me.
Time to have a nap on in the bathroom.
Oh my God, juggling.
Oh, that's so. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, good on you though. Like, that's because how old are your kids now?
My daughter's 16, and my son's gonna be 14 in December. So.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's. That is mind blowing to me that you like opened a shop and were a new mom at the same time. Like that's.
Yeah. Well, the point was I stopped working at the studio that I was at because I was gonna have a baby, right?
Right.
So I went right up to like a month before I had her. I worked huge pregnant. I still was working, and then I had Skylar, and then I had a bunch of job offers, and I'm like, at the time I was married, and
Okay.
my husband was a contract welder, so the guy was never fucking home.
Oh, he was up north.
Up north all the time, or
Right.
Saskatchewan or wherever. But he was like, sometimes he was on an 18-4 schedule. So I would see him 4 days a month.
God.
Yeah. This is one of the reasons we're not together anymore.
Fair enough.
But anyway, so I was like, I had a bunch of job offers, and I was like, how the fuck am I going to work 1 day a week or 2 days a week, or when the hours that I want to? What am I going to do? My baby's too young to get into day homes.
Yeah.
Because they have a certain age limit, right? So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I'm just like, why don't I just make my own place? And then that way I can bring her if I need to. I'm not disturbing anybody with a baby. I can work when I want. You know what I mean? Like
I love that.
Yeah, and I'm sure people would have been open to me, but with a child. But it's like, this way I don't have to be bothering anybody in their space. Because I mean, I don't like kids either. So it's like, I don't want fucking kids in my shop. Right. So this was just a way to do it for me.
Okay. So that's really why you opened your own shop initially.
Yeah.
And when you've only had the 2 locations?
Yes.
So when you opened the shop initially,
Yeah.
was it just you by yourself?
It was just me by myself. Yeah.
Wow. And where was the first location?
It was maybe like a couple blocks south of where we are now. So it was 1330 15th Avenue Southwest. You know that Wellington Square?
Oh, yeah.
With the Mugs Pub?
Yeah.
We were just north of that, just in a little kind of causeway there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never saw the old location.
Yeah.
But like how big was it?
Under, small, maybe like 800,000 square feet. Yeah.
800,000 or
800 to 1,000 square
800 to 1,000. Oh, I was
It
like,
was
what the
smaller
fuck?
than we are now.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, yeah, the studio you have now
Yeah.
is really big.
Yeah.
So when did you move?
We moved in 2012.
Oh, okay. So you've been in there. Oh my God, you've been in there 10 years now.
Yep.
Well, that's really a testament to how you've probably run your entire career. It's just like, no, I'm going to do it my way.
Yep.
And I hope your daughter understands how much you love her, because it's just like you literally created an entire business just so you could hang out with her
Yep.
more.
Totally.
And that's unreal. So like, I mean, obviously your kids have grown up in the tattoo shop like their entire life. Like, do they come and hang out?
No, they don't.
No?
I mean, because we live in Airdrie and my shop's in downtown Calgary. So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, but no, they're like, it's boring. I don't want to go.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine who works in film. He's an actor, and his dad once wanted to come out and see like what they do, and like, oh, it sounds like so exciting, and because you think, oh, your film set, it's going to be super exciting. So he's like, well, Dad, like, I don't know how much is going to be going on or what you want to see. No, I'll come out. All right. He said he lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was like, I'm going to go back. And he was like, yeah, that's what I thought. Because honestly, it's just all hurry up and wait. Everybody's standing around waiting for action. And it's like, once stuff's happening, yeah, it's fun. But before that, it's people running around doing stuff. And you're like, I don't know what's happening. If you don't know what's happening, it's boring.
Of course, yeah.
That's so, I mean, honestly, that's so cool. And really cool that you essentially you built your tattoo shop so you could hang out with your daughter more, and not, like you say, bring her into other people's spaces. And you're like, no, like, I'm going to raise my daughter with me here. And then, like, when did you hire another tattoo? Like, how long were you by yourself in there?
I would say maybe a year. I think I did by myself. And then, I had a couple people in and out. Yeah. That didn't work, and then I had some guys that stayed. Yep.
Yeah, that's just wild to me. Where you're like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do this, and yeah, you can come and go if you want, whatever. That's so like it's just funny to me because that it's really cool that it's lasted this long, and not only that, like you're one of the I would say you're one of the more well-established shops in the city. You know what I mean? Like when I'm sure people all the time, they're like, or people ask me all the time, like, where should I go get tattooed or whatever? It's like, there's like a list of like the top 5 shops in Calgary to go in. And I'm sure Blackbird's on everyone's list.
Thanks.
Like, go to Blackbird, go to, Bushido's probably on there. Like what? Like Smile. Like just the iconic named shops. I guarantee Blackbird's on that list. I tell people to go to Blackbird all the time.
Thanks.
Because I love your work. The what do you call it? Pointillism?
Dot work, stipple work, whatever.
It's not very common.
I would say more now it is. Yeah.
Well, they're copying your style. Oh. If it's more common, because it's not something that I see very often, but I love it.
Yeah, me too.
So much. It's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. When did you start doing it? Like where?
I think I got inspired by Thomas Hooper, who was really into it. Yeah, and he still is. That's kind of his style too, right? I think he's one of the pioneers of it, in my opinion.
Is he like up there on your list of like favorite tattoo?
Yeah, definitely.
Artists?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool that you got tattooed by him too.
Yeah, of course.
Which aren't?
This sleeve is him. Yeah. So it's all like that stipple shading. I'm sure it's seen a lot of sun now in the years, but
yeah. Fuck. That's super cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I got to figure out what I want to do on my back and then work. Well, because the other thing is I don't want to dictate what it's going to look like too much. Like I kind of want to give you the general idea and then go nuts.
Yeah.
Because I love the Old West, and I've often thought, oh, like what if I got Karrie to do something Old West on my back, or like something, I don't know. It's just like, or like, I think like a Philip Seymour Hoffman thing would be cool too.
Oh, he's my favorite.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was, what's your favorite Philip Seymour Hoffman movie?
He wasn't like the star, but I definitely loved him when he played Lester Bangs in,
Lester Bangs in Boogie Nights?
No.
No.
Oh man.
Punch Drunk Love?
No.
What is Lester Bangs from?
He's the editor of Cream magazine. Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Why can't we think of it? It's like my top 10 movies of all time.
Cream magazine. What the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
Editor, what the Lester Bang? Why?
Remember
why?
the story of Cameron Crowe when he followed Led Zeppelin?
Almost Famous.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I loved him in that.
Oh my God, he's great
Yes.
in Almost Famous.
Yes.
That is one person's death. Like I don't get too worked up over celebrity deaths very often, but there's the odd one here or there that's really like, obviously I'm a big Ghostbusters fan, so like Harold Ramis, that fucked me up. Ivan Reitman recently, that fucked me up. Philip Seymour Hoffman, that fucked me up. Yeah. Especially the fact that he was an overdose. Yeah, because it was just like he didn't mean to. It was just accidental.
Definitely.
And yeah, that dude definitely had way more in him to give in terms of movies and stuff like that. Yeah. One of the performances I love is him in Punch Drunk Love.
That's a great film, even though a lot of people didn't love it.
Yeah.
It was good.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Surprisingly, one of his best characters he ever played is the villain in Mission Impossible 3.
Didn't watch it.
If you love Philip Seymour Hoffman, you need to watch Mission Impossible 3. Yeah. It is fucking terrifying how good he is in that movie. Okay. Because he's just playing Philip Seymour Hoffman, and he's absolutely like he's just got that demeanor about him where he's very quiet and reserved, and he's talking to him very like he's not yelling. He's just talking to him. But everything he's saying is so menacing and like, yes. Like I said, ruthless. The character is absolutely ruthless. It is fucking crazy, that movie.
I'll watch it for sure.
Oh, that is probably, that might be like my favorite Philip Seymour Hoffman. That might be my favorite movie he did. Yep. I think. I mean, obviously, I love everything he did with Paul Thomas Anderson. Yeah. Boogie Nights. He's absolutely incredible in Boogie Nights.
Yeah, he's great in that.
That the poor little loser guy, the sound guy that just, oh man. Oh. But yeah, I think a Philip Seymour Hoffman tattoo would be cool.
Definitely.
But I can't keep getting actors tattooed on me because I have Chevy Chase and.
You can do whatever you want.
I know. That's true. I can.
Yeah.
So kind of going back to the whole like doing whatever you want, not giving a shit because none of it's going to matter. Yeah. You actually recently started doing OnlyFans as well.
Right.
Like on top of the tattooing and all that stuff. And that's more like doing an OnlyFans is like more of a mainstream, especially with the pandemic, because a lot of people were out of work and they were like, well, I guess
that's when I should have done it.
Yeah, well, like at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh God, you'd have a huge subscriber base now because that it really blew up.
It did, yes.
Just online based everything really blew up over the pandemic because that's all everybody had to do was just sit at home and watch content and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what made you what kind of made you go with the decision to like start it and start doing it?
I've been tossing it around for like a long time, and I think the push was that fuck it, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest. And I'm super proud of my body, and I'm confident, and I have I don't give a fuck attitude.
Yep.
I'm also a huge hustler, and I want everybody's money. So
yep, that makes sense.
So if you know me, then you know me. So it's like, this is just something that I wanted to do. And it gives me an outlet for something that I needed, even though it's very compartmentalized in my life. And now I have that source where I can go to and do this.
Right.
And, do this over here and be creative this way and this way. It's just another form of creativity to me.
Absolutely.
Except it's nudity, which is obvious, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it sucks that nudity and stuff like that is so vilified, and
It is vilified.
it's
yeah.
horrible that it's
Definitely.
vilified, because that shouldn't, the fact that you're doing both,
Yeah.
one should not affect the other.
Of course not.
No one should ever look down on you for expressing yourself in an artistic, maybe more sexual way.
Sure.
And versus the artistic, drawing, tattooing way that you do. Like, those should never, one should not beget the other. Like, you
No.
So I think it's super cool that you've, because like you said, you're a hustler and you want everybody's money.
Sure.
You've diversified yourself in that way where you're
Yeah,
like,
I'm
fuck it.
trying to.
Like,
Yeah.
you're like, fuck it. I'm proud of myself. It's like that. Did you ever watch Schitt's Creek?
I didn't.
Okay. Schitt's Creek is great, but there's so many good quotes from that show. But Moira, who's played by Catherine O'Hara in the
Yes.
show, I don't know if you've heard the quote, but she is telling her daughter on the show, Alexis, take all the naked pictures now,
Yes.
because when you get older, you'll look at them with much kinder eyes.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it's so true.
It is true.
Because there's a lot of levels to it where it's like, yes, if you have first of all the gumption, second of all the looks, and you want to sell it, you can.
True, you
you
can.
have the ability to.
Yep.
And I like the fact that especially women are able to they're able to, or you're all able to take that ownership of that.
It's empowering.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, because you're claiming your autonomy. It's mine. I
Yep.
can do what I want with it.
Yep.
It can bring me income, and it can make me feel good at the same time.
Because, well, more recently, Netflix just put out that documentary, the most hated man on the internet or whatever.
Right.
About Hunter Moore, the guy who created Is Anyone Up?
Right.
Do you remember when that website?
No.
Okay, so essentially, Is Anyone Up is like, it was like a revenge porn site.
Okay.
So revenge porn has been a thing since the internet's been around.
Okay.
Not like, well, you know what a revenge porn is.
I don't know what revenge porn is.
Really?
No, tell me.
Okay, so it's like jilted ex-boyfriend
Okay.
has nudes of you,
Yes.
posts them on the internet somewhere,
I get
or
it.
sent, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then
There's been other sites like this then.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's Is Anyone Up was definitely not the first one, and it's
Okay.
It gained a lot of notoriety within like I guess you could call it the scene crowd, the emo scene crowd, because
Sure.
like that was they were posting guys from like popular bands and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it got way out of hand.
I bet.
But like it's vengeful in the fact that like you're posting it to ruin someone's life or to hurt them, right?
Yes.
And it's actually considered not sexual harassment. I think it's considered assault now.
Sure, probably.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Which it should be.
Of course it should be. Yeah.
So, because you never want somebody to have, like, it'd be awful if somebody had an image of you and they were profiting off of it.
Of course, and it's without my permission.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And it's like somebody's doing it in a vengeful and mean way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for the women and men who want to utilize their own image
Right.
and profit off that,
Sure.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful that there is a platform that allows people to do that. I think OnlyFans is OnlyFans as a company is problematic,
Yes.
which we all know because they tried unsuccessfully to, we're going to remove all the
Yep.
quote unquote porn, but
Yep.
because they're like, OnlyFans is so much more than porn. And it's like, well, and I shouldn't even say porn. It's like, because it's not all porn. It's like, it's artistic freedom of expression that happens to involve sex.
Sure.
Or sexual imagery or whatever. And like North Americans in general were really repressed when it comes to
Yeah, definitely.
that kind of stuff. So it is nice that that's happening.
Yep.
But so okay. So for instance with you're not shy. You don't hide behind like an anonymous account.
How could I?
No, well, but exactly.
I would be in a hazmat suit. I mean, there's
With,
probably
like, tiny little
there's
nipple.
a market for that, I'm sure. But not for me.
No. No, but like, you know what I mean, right? Like
Yes.
there are people that they are posting anonymously because they don't want their family members to know.
Sure, their employer, whoever, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
And then for you and other people that are embracing it and posting it, like, no, this is me, like, this is all of me. It's nice that there's kind of a market for both, but yeah, it's kind of sad, but it's also like, it is commendable that you're just like, fuck it. No, like literally on your main page, that's all of you're tattooing, you're working out, everything. Like you're like, nope, this is also like, here's my OnlyFans as well. And
yeah.
I think that's awesome that you're just kind of like, this is all of me.
Thank you.
Start to finish. And I think really the world, we need more of that.
Thanks.
In terms of not giving a fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I like I said, I've admired you for a long time, and I think you're a really cool person. So it is, yeah, it's, and well, like I said at the beginning, you're a badass. Like,
thanks.
You definitely give off that like badass vibe.
Yep.
So it's, yeah, I mean, good on you for everything you've done and
thank you
thus far. And I don't know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I'm not trying to pump your tires. I'm just telling you the truth. It's
cool.
Thank you so much for coming and doing this.
Thank you.
This is incredible, and I cannot wait to get tattooed by you as well.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Oh yes. I'll figure out what I want to get, and then we'll make a plan. Cool. But yeah, I'm gonna come. Max is tattooing me tomorrow, so I'm gonna come and.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in the shop tomorrow.
I'm not in the shop tomorrow.
Well, I won't see you there then. But no, it was very nice to finally meet you in person.
Same here.
And have a cool chat with you, and hopefully you get to go to Europe.
I will go.
Well, I hope so. I mean, at this point,
I just had some kids, and
yeah,
you know, I was busy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense why you haven't gone to Europe yet. I mean, yeah, you were married and then not married, opened a shop, had kids. Like,
yeah, I wish. I mean, I could. The logistics for me to travel, even to go into the States, it's like I have to get my parents to watch my kids because they're in school and they can't.
Right.
They shouldn't be home alone. I mean, they probably. My daughter's 16. I mean, they maybe could be home alone now, and she has a car. But it's like they have to be not working. Or, you know what I mean? So it's
your
like
kids have jobs. Oh, your parents.
My kids do have my daughter has 2 jobs actually.
She has 2 jobs?
Yes, she has her own business, and then she also works at Safeway on Main Street.
Oh, okay.
She thrifts clothes, so she's like a rethrifter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug her? I don't know.
She's gonna rebrand soon, but it's CS Thrifted if you're on Instagram.
CS Thrifted. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So where does she get? I guess we're not cutting off just yet. Let's talk about what the kids are up to. Where does she like? Does she like go around to like thrift stores and stuff?
She'll do that too. Yeah, and then she'll look on like people will sell stuff on Garage or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or people will get rid of their collection and been like, your daughter, I know she does it, so they'll pass it on. But yeah, she's been doing that for a few years now. It's been successful for her.
And how, I mean, at this point, like, how crazy is it having a kid that has a car?
It's wild, but it's so great too.
Yeah.
Because I'm not Uber mom anymore.
No. Because she has
She's very social, yeah.
And she has her own, like, I guess, yeah, at 16, you can get your driver's license.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I know because I got my license when I was 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah.
And I know what I was like when I wasn't like a horrible kid when I was driving around, but I mean, like, for girls, it's different. They're not going to go and do stupid things in their vehicles like the boys. But I mean, as a parent, when she's like, all right, mom, like I'm heading out, gonna go whatever, like drive around with the girls or whatever, like, is there part of you that's like, okay, like, don't, just be good, like, don't, like, do you get anxiety about it? Or
I mean, I just have anxiety about her safety.
Yeah.
With driving, right? Like, I know she's a good driver.
Totally.
But I worry about the other things, like the other people on the road and stuff. Just as a parent, I don't think I've ever thought about my own mortality or anybody's mortality until I had children. And then it was inevitably clear that if somebody died, I'd be really sad about it. And it would affect everybody, right? So I think there's just that aspect. I mean, if she's going to do stupid stuff in her car, I'm pretty sure she won't. But
no.
I know the kid, but if she wants to, I mean, whatever. It's just I would just worry about her safety. But you have to let that go. You have to be okay with that, with all things with children. It's like have to go out and do it. Every time she's not home though, and I know she's in her car and she phones me, I'm just like, oh my god, this is the phone call. She's crashed.
Oh no, that is. I don't have kids, and we don't have plans on having kids.
Yeah,
but that is a terrifying.
It is, but you get over it, right?
Do you?
Well, yeah, because
I have my goddaughter, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a helicopter godparent. Seriously, like I want nothing bad to happen to her ever.
Yeah, of course you don't.
Jesus.
Bad things happen.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to be. I mean, if nothing bad happened, then she wouldn't learn or grow or prosper as a person.
No, and that's that is probably why a lot of kids are messed up right now, because they had helicopter parents that
definitely
didn't let them. No, that is a valid point. Yeah. And it's funny because you're saying all of that, and I was driving down a dirt road yesterday going to my dad's house, and I was thinking about how I had driven down that same road in my first car, and I had run it off the road, drove it through a barbed wire fence.
There you go.
and I was thinking about how pissed off my dad was because I had like scratched the shit out of my car, like all these just stupid things as a kid.
Of course.
And I was like, and literally the thought popped into my head, well, if I hadn't done that, then I probably wouldn't, treat my current vehicles as nice as I do.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I probably would have bagged the shit. You know what?
Yeah.
So I guess that fair enough. I don't know. I'll try not to be a helicopter godparent.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Protective is okay, but they definitely have to go through it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that's a solid point. That's cool that she's got a couple things, and she gets that from you, I'm assuming.
I would
assume.
Yes.
Entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
Do they are they artistic as well?
Creative, I wouldn't say artistic. No. I mean, that's a lie. My daughter does. I have some paintings of hers in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that she's done.
Your boy though, no drawing, painting.
He used to be, but now he's very into gaming and stuff. So yeah.
As are all the other boys in the world. What
and hockey, gaming and hockey.
Oh, he likes hockey.
He does. Yeah.
Who's his team?
He plays. Oh my God, he's gonna be so mad at me that I don't know. I would say maybe the Flames, but he did recently take down some Canadian stuff in his room, so I know that he likes them too.
The Team Canada?
Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, Montreal Canadiens. Yeah. Got you. Okay. No, that's fair. Canadians is a good one. I'm surprised he's not an Oilers fan.
No, he's definitely not an Oilers fan.
Yeah,
no,
that's a bummer.
He's a Calgary fan for sure.
Well, growing up in Calgary and around, southern Alberta, your want to be a Calgary fan. Although I'm from Grand Prairie originally.
Yep.
And I spent the majority of my life living down here, and I'm still an Oilers fan.
Oh, there you go.
But I mean, that's just by osmosis from my friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's too bad. It's too bad he's a Calgary fan. I don't know. I can't respect that. No, that's cool. What's his game?
Fortnite, and
Yep.
he still is on Minecraft, but it's like a multiplayer thing now. They do
Okay.
like an arena thing. And then, oh my gosh, I can't remember the rest. There's like some Apex Legends thing, and
Yep.
a lot of it has to do with online with your friends, and then a bunch of fighting.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is it's funny because that's probably you actually answered better than most moms would.
Oh yeah.
Like the typical mom response, but yeah, I don't know. There's some Fortnite thing. I don't know what the games are. Like, the fact that you actually pulled out Apex Legends is unreal. So yeah, no, that's good. I mean, yeah, when you're a 14-year-old kid, that's what you got is
Sure.
gaming,
Yep.
school, and then it's like when we were kids. Well, at least when I was a kid, it was like, when we were gaming, we would game at each other's houses because we were playing on the same TV.
Yes. Yeah.
And now all the kids are okay, like they're at school and they're all right, we'll see you online later. And now they're like separating, going to their own homes, and then hanging out with their friends online.
Yep.
So it's this weird isolation / social. I don't know. It's just
It is weird. Yeah.
bizarre the way. And I know that sounds very like get off my lawn, old man of me, but it's like I don't understand why kids go and just watch people game.
Yeah.
Just go play the game.
Yeah.
But you can make the argument, why do you watch people play sports? Go play the sports.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't want to sound too old manish for too long. But no, that's cool. It's very cool that they're kind of developing, or they've developed that entrepreneurial spirit from you, and
Yep.
they're I have no doubt that they're gonna grow up and be just as successful as you.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, that's every parent's dream.
Of course. Yeah.
So, no, that's good. Yeah, thank you for coming and spending some time
Yeah. Thank you.
chatting with me and kind of giving me the lowdown on everything you got going on. And I mean, hell yeah, go keep kicking ass.
Thanks.
doing what you're doing. So go, what is it, High Waist Low Life?
Yep. Highway.
Go follow Karrie on Instagram at High Waist Low Life. And if you are so bold, I guess go follow her on OnlyFans. Go give her your money.
Be bold.
Be bold. Yeah, there you go. You heard of be bold. Go give her your money. So yeah, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll have you back. Actually, maybe we'll do an episode while you're tattooing.
That'd be fun.
And then I'll just lay there like kind of cringing into the microphone while you're kind of tapping my back with the needle and laughing at me. So that'll be good. Anyway, for this episode of This Will Never Work, I'm Lincoln.
Karrie.
Let's try again tomorrow.